Anyway, I have long been a passionate fan of library sales. And in our own area, they can be spectacular. Westport, Katona, Wilton, Southport's massive days-long Pequot library sale. I've been to all of them. I've attended these for decades, and I can remember exactly where I bought some incredible finds. Books in Russian, Yiddish, Hebrew, Spanish, and a gigantic book the size of an outfolded newspaper about the Spanish-American War from 1901. So in recent weeks, I've enjoyed the twice-weekly sale right here at our very own Katona Village Library right over there. While I've scanned the religion and foreign language sections, my real passion goes to the CD sales area. Ever since I got a Victrola multimedia player on my last birthday, I can play CDs, vinyls, and cassettes all day, and I do. Yes, I still play cassettes. The library sale and the price of 10 CDs for $4 freed my inner consumer passion. So I now have at least 30 CDs, mostly Latin jazz, lots of Bill Evans and Nat King Cole from the library, along with Israeli, some CDs by the Grateful Dead, and the peculiarly named Confederate Railroad, which is about the most transgressive band name you can think of. So, but I'm also happy to be doing my bit to support the library. As everybody knows, it's in a financial squeeze these days. So buying CDs is one little way to keep the lights on. Still, I'm unsettled that the library is selling off its CD collection. It has a financial value, but also in a real sense, it's taking part in a big social change because nobody's checking out CDs these days. Online listening, streaming must be what the kids are doing. I do a little bit of it myself every now and then. So with budgets pinched, libraries like here in Katona are ditching the CD section to put their money into areas that'll draw the patrons in. I understand that. So if nobody's checking out the Grateful Dead or Bill Evans jazz CDs, then well, spend the dollars on something else. I wonder though about the long trend terms of this. Will users' preferences for everything digital ultimately make libraries become kind of like the retail experience, where you go to stores to sample and look around and then you buy online? Fortunately, I have it from inside information that the Katona Library does still stock DVDs and people check those out. So you may not know it, but getting movies at libraries once was a huge legal issue. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, I worked for a video retailing magazine, and we did a lot of coverage of what was called the first sale doctrine. If libraries bought movies, could they rent them out? And some people said yes, some people said no, and this went on for a long time. Well, ultimately the libraries won, and you can now get, for the last 25 years, you've been able to get CDs. You've been able to get VHSs and now DVDs at libraries. So, and the weird thing is that as the video industry collapsed, if you think about what happened to Blockbuster, libraries have become basically the last man standing in video retailing. You can buy movies at the library, otherwise you'd have to go to Amazon or someplace else to get them. So, and truth be told, I kind of like it that libraries still stock DVDs, because if you have a big multi-branch system like here in Westchester, you have a much better collection than you would find on Amazon or Netflix, where there are a lot of things I just can't find. That's especially true of my favorite genres like film noir and foreign movies. Some of the greatest movies I've ever seen, in fact, came from libraries. Daughter of Khartoum, which was set in Algeria. Alexandra, a Russian movie set in Chechnya. Film noir like Out of the Past with Robert Mitchum. The Westport, Connecticut Library even stocked I Am Curious Yellow, a notorious 1967 Swedish movie that was seized by the U.S. Customs Service and banned in Boston, which is great marketing promotion if you want to get attention for your group. Well, fortunately, that all changed. Courts ruled in favor of it, and so it's gone from being banned in Boston to being available in libraries in Connecticut. So how times change. So libraries also became a necessity for me to keep up with pop culture trends. In the years past, I always kept a very low level of cable TV service, sticking to basic cable, so I didn't get Mad Men on AMC, much less The Sopranos at HBO. As a result, I could only find them at the Westport Library when I lived there. Of course, I had to wait years for episodes that had been on TV to finally reach libraries. It took a long time for things to finally reach that retail level. It may sound bizarre these days when you think of everything streaming and everything being instantly available, to wait years to see something, but yes, I did that. I'm a little idiosyncratic in that way, but I'm patient. So call me old-fashioned, but I'm going to be going to the Katona Library and others as long as they're around. I'd rather flip through newspapers and magazines in real life, something that I can hold, rather than read them online. I like checking out armloads of CDs if I can find something I really want. So what's the next technology or social lurch to be reflected in libraries? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but they're going to keep coming. So all I got to say is please support your local library, Katona or wherever you live, and feel free to buy those Latin and jazz CDs unless you want to leave them for me when I ultimately make it over there. Thank you.